Welcome back, Melissa here. Look at this. I might be out of a job, but then again, every job needs a supervisor.
Right. So when we ran this Wolfe Ridge splitter before, Melissa's job was always to throw the wood off the splitter because it gets all backed up really fast. So if you saw the last video, you know that Chris from Wolfe Ridge dropped this 24-foot conveyor off yesterday, and it is scorching hot here today.
Yeah.
Everybody in the Midwest, though, is telling me it's cool down there and it's going to be here tomorrow. Can't wait. And I should wait until tomorrow to run this, but I just have to try it out. I do. I really like how it's, I think this is going to be fantastic. I really do.
I do too.
And you know what? When you're, while I'm at work, I can get you a whole bunch of firewood rounds down here, and you can crank this thing up and just knock out some wood.
And who are we kidding? I gather up most of the rounds anyways.
Huh! Yeah, you do get your fair share, but...
Yeah, gonna bring down my little sun umbrella.
That's what I need. I should put the one of those pop-ups over top of the splitter.
It's a great idea.
That's a fantastic idea.
Yeah. Just a little bit of shade.
I know.
We love the sunshine.
It's about 95 today.
We don't get many of these days, so
yeah, we're
not complaining.
No.
Right.
And I mentioned the other day in a video, or just I think the last one, when we were kids, I just remember like the dog days of summer where it was like this for weeks on end. And here tomorrow it's supposed to be in the mid-70s or something.
Those are fun times, You have the sweat and the sunscreen and like some dried up popsicle juice all over your face, right? Those are the days.
And we came home to no air conditioning.
Exactly.
Nobody had air conditioning.
Yeah, and we would sleep out in the yard,
Yeah.
Set up a tent and have
Everyone's
friends
getting
over.
soft.
Not the Morgans.
No.
I don't think many of our subscribers either.
I know.
No, there's not soft people in the...
That like this kind of stuff.
Not the outdoorgans. There's no outdoorgans that are soft.
I like that. That's the first I've ever heard that.
I've been hashtagging some of our posts, outdoorgans. The outdoor Morgans. It's a whole community, outdoorgans.
Well,
I'll get a shirt.
Well, we have some family coming over here in a little bit to visit, so I'm going to crank out. You're not exactly dressed to help anyone.
I never changed from church, so that's the way it is. Yeah.
All right.
Why make a whole nother outfit all sweaty?
I know, right? You're not near as sweaty as me. Just setting this up down here. Whew.
I just get to the armpits and go.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll let you know how it works out.
Good.
All right, if you're new to our channel or maybe you didn't see the last video, I'm just going to kind of touch on a couple things here real quick. This is the Wolfe Ridge 24-foot conveyor. Out there at the end, the wood will fall off the end. It hits those slats, the bark and debris will fall off onto that tray, and it'll dump it here at this end. But it's got a Honda engine on it. Nice conveyor. And then at that end, we have the Wolfe Ridge compact commercial 22-ton splitter. I'll show you that next. I've gone over this splitter in other videos, but right now I have the 6-way wedge on. Should probably have the 4-way wedge on. It's actually up in the garage. I'm not going to get real serious here this afternoon. I just want to try this all out, so I'm good with that for now. This machine has a 6-second cycle time, very fast. Now the way I have it set up here, I kind of have it turned a little bit. It's not straight onto the conveyor. The reason I did that, over on this side here, I got some big heavy oak rounds that I'll need the log lift for. So that's why it's sitting like it is right now. Actually, I may just split this little bit right here, and then I've got a load of cherry on the little dump trailer. May pull it down and split it up and not even do that over there today. All right, I'm going to fire up the conveyor first and put some oil on that chain. Then I'll fire up the splitter. We'll probably go through maybe just 20 or 30 rounds, just kind of test it out. And then we're going to talk about how much all this costs and what type of person may be interested in something like this. So my initial thoughts on the Wolfe Ridge conveyor: it works fantastic, unbelievable. I split probably close to a cord of wood in like 45 minutes, and that includes moving the cameras around and things like that. It's amazing, it really is. Now, at the beginning of this video, I said we're going to talk about what all this costs. You know, this setup right here obviously isn't for, you know, just a homeowner that's cutting his own wood for his own place. This is for somebody that sells firewood. Now, this setup right here behind me with the 22-ton compact commercial splitter and the conveyor costs about $15,000, which that's a lot of money, no doubt about it. But if you have a market, you know, like where we live around here, not many people really heat their entire home with wood, but they have fireplaces, they have inserts, just outdoor patios. You can't believe the amount of wood I sell to those people, tons of it. And in our area here, it probably works out to about $300 a cord, something like that. Yeah, so you get about $250 for a full cord. That's them coming and picking it up. Get $125 for a third of a cord. Then the smaller amount, the more it is per cord. So let's just say it's $300 a cord. That's a pretty good average for our area right here. And I have the trees. You know, we have 100 acres of woods here. Everything that I'm cutting is either dead or stuff that just blows down. Occasionally I may cut a few live trees just to do some thinning, but mostly everything is just stuff that falls down. So I have the supply of wood. So you'd have to ask yourself, you know, to put an investment, you know, to put that kind of money up for something like this, you'd need a good source of wood, you'd need the customers, you know, a decent price for the firewood, and some time to do it. But it works so fast, it doesn't take long. So like I said, it's $15,000. I'm trying to do some math in my head here. $300 a cord, that's 50 cords of wood, right? Yeah, 50 cords of wood to pay for that. Now, of course, you know, you've got your labor in it and things like that, but you know, you could do that for 5 or 10 years, and if you got tired of it or whatever, you still have value there. So by no means am I saying anybody and everybody needs a setup like this, but if you were, you know, like I said, say maybe a tree service or something like that in your off time, you could have this set up in your yard, you get all your wood for free, keep the guys busy cranking out a bunch of firewood. It all depends on your area, you know, what you can get for the wood, and you have a supply of it. Maybe if you're into landscaping in the winter months, something like that, when you're not cutting grass, your guys could be splitting wood. But yeah, it all comes down to having a good source, having a market for it, and, you know, being willing to put in the work. And that's pretty much most of the people that watch this channel. If you didn't like work, you wouldn't watch this kind of channel, right? I mean, that's pretty much what we do around here. And everybody that watches this is kind of the same way, I think. But yeah, that is pretty amazing. That really is. You know, we had that one day where we did the big split, and we had, what did we have, 4 or 5 people. You don't really need that many, but it went really easy. But really, 2 people were just throwing wood, you know, from the conveyor to get it away, or from the splitter to get it away from us, because it just gets, you know, backed up so quick. So the combination of the Compact Commercial Pro, I think that's what it's called, and that conveyor, one man, you can crank out some wood. And what I did, I was getting some from both sides. I had the little dump trailer behind me, a pile of wood on the other side, and you can, you know, run that splitter from both sides if you want, stand on the log lift. But yeah, it's I'll tell you what, it is 90 some degrees right now, and yeah, I'm sweating and everything, but that wasn't too bad at all. It's really not. It takes the splitting out of the equation. It's really no big deal at all. You can do it so fast. So the biggest issue is gathering the wood. You know, when the weather's good, I can get out in the woods, bring it in here to the yard, but that's the toughest part now. Getting it split is just effortless. And the reason I'm just dumping it here in a big pile, I will get a firewood bucket for the RK55, like a big 96-inch bucket, something like that. And then maybe this fall I'll get a dump trailer. You know, all this wood you see behind me, it's not for this year, it'll be for the following year. The cherry that's in there, if you got it out of that big pile and stacked up, you could probably burn it this year, no problem at all. But there's a lot of oak mixed in there and stuff as well. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna focus on getting wood in here to the yard and get as big a pile as I possibly can. And we definitely have the market for it around here. Every year that I've ever sold firewood, I've run out. I never advertise or anything like that. It's just word of mouth, sell to the same people each year. So I definitely have room to expand and grow a little bit on the firewood end of things, no doubt about it. And Melissa could even come down here. You know, I get a whole bunch of rounds set up. while I'm at work, she could come down here and blow through a cord of wood in no time at all. But anyway, that's one thing I just keep in mind. You know, I'm not by no means saying every homeowner needs a setup like this. That would be crazy. But if you sell wood, you've got a good supply of wood and a market for it, and you don't mind a little bit of work, that's a pretty sweet setup. It really is. But anyway, I think that's about it. I'm going to go in and get cleaned up. We have had storms all around us here today. I hear them booming, and our luck's about to run out. The good news is tomorrow I think it's supposed to be like 75 degrees or something like that. That'll feel like 50. I can't wait. But anyway, like I always say, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like button, click subscribe, and share them with your friends. Thanks.